JoJo Natson now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
It was so interesting in the run-up to the draft to talk with different scouts. I got one to tell me that in his notes he wrote down, Mayfield, brash, happy-go-lucky, plays the same way, barely restrained improv act that frustrates opponents and sometimes his own coaches, but produces plenty of highlights. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham, and that will be incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a 3rd-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
And how about the incredible numbers he put up for Oklahoma State? Over 13.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good. And, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot, taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he took full advantage of it.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you? And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
One quarter down, 8-0 the score.
The score, Steelers 8, Browns nothing.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Mayfield looks to throw, and that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Out of the gun, Rudolph. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. That's to his running back, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Rudolph going to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool, 36 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him.
Now Mayfield lost the football. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The play ball to Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Shrugs off another. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked. Now the ball comes loose.
Complete to Chase Claypool.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play.
He's got it at the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Their own 32-yard.
The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go! The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They'll run with Snell to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
First Boswell to kick.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is JoJo Natson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it'll bring up third down. Mayfield to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. And it's up and good. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30. He will score. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rudolph. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. Again, they run with Edmonds. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 20.
They run with Edmonds. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
At the 16-yard line. A gain of 9. Brings up second and
Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he will have a Steelers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Again, it's Rudolph. The quick slant caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Peoples-Jones returning. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is. Here on 3rd. Flush to his right. Open man here is Gentry. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. And this is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Now Mayfield lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken on the 25. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with Snell. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Fights free yet again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Snell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Edmonds. And he gets it down to the 32. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.